Word and noise travels quickly. Time to swap keys. And off you go.
Very good.
See ya.
Thanks, bye.
This is such a pretty room. It's just full of light and I can see the sea. It's gorgeous. You had really strong ideas of where you wanted it to go.
We want to have sort of, based on the sea colours, the blues, the greens.
I think we've got to have some sort of focal point, either on possibly the wall behind us or in the centre of the floor. Using materials that you'd find washed up on a beach, I think. Because I like that sort of thing, collecting it, and I think Andrew does as well.
So you've got a good collection we can raid?
Yes, certainly.
You don't mind us using all your things?
No.
I think a table would be fantastic. Rather than something on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, something that they can use and look at. And...
Yeah, and I've got a lovely skull I'd like to use as well, much to Madam's disgust.
Ooh, there's a bit of conflict there.
Nothing to do with me, that isn't.
Skull?
Yeah, definitely nothing to do with
I
me.
quite like the idea of a skull.
Yeah, and I do.
When we talked about this room before, you two had very specific ideas.
Yeah.
The first one being...
Right, we'd like to take that wall out.
No is the answer to that. I'm here to accommodate, but I'm not knocking down the wall. But what else do you want to do?
Well, we'd like to change it to a dining room.
Right,
so,
yeah.
Cool natural tones.
Window seat.
A window seat. A nice wooden floor here.
What else?
Fireplace.
Yeah. Stick a
Ooh,
fake
the list is getting
fireplace in
longer.
there.
I've been doing some calculations. I agree with you about this lovely natural colours. I mean, I think that could be great. But the plaster in here is appalling, the condition of it. And I think we could be here a week sanding it all back. So how about doing something using a sort of natural, creamy coloured fabric and actually lining the entire room in it? And what about doing a sort of imitation old stone floor? No, she's not convinced.
I just know Sue really doesn't want a concrete floor.
Oh no! Now you're telling me. Notice
As long as
there's
it
a lot
looks
of stone.
rustic.
Oh, it will, it will. It will by the time we've done it. Now we're all agreed, aren't we? This has definitely got to go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah? Sure about this?
Yep.
Okay, right, so we need to rip it out. Now this bit's just like nailed in, but I think if, Andy, if you could give me a hand with...
They're not wanted at all.
Well, it would be nice to remove them without making them into firewood, but I think there's, well, okay, on second thoughts... It is firewood now.
Yes! So, you know this bit really well, don't you? Opening the paint lids and you going, no, Linda, you can't do that to our walls. But I've done what you said, I think.
Oh.
I've got pale blue, pale green.
Lovely.
So you can make a choice. That's not a shock, is it? But you know, I wanted to take you one bit further, because we always do. And grey...
This is the bad bit, is it?
Grey is very, very chic in interiors at the moment. I don't want to use grey, because I think that's a bit dark. It's a bit like the stormy sky, isn't it? But I thought I'd like to put a bit of grey in with these, just to give it a bit of an edge, really.
You're talking about opening this up, yeah, mate?
Go on.
You know, the first thing you've got to check is what
find out
make
if there's a
sure,
hole there.
and also that it's got a lintel there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like mega important.
Okay, so if we take this off then, yeah, first of all, look inside.
Oh dear, what's that?
hell is in there?
Wasps, man.
I saw a wasp's nest.
Oh, look at that!
Wow.
They're all
Dead
dead.
wasps!
Don't do any more, Andy, in case there's any live ones.
No, there's no live ones in there, is there?
Might be a live nest behind that bit.
Well, Graham's house is obviously going to be a hive of activity. Over the road, Linda's mixed the blue with the grey. Or was it the grey with the blue? Anyway, Sue's convinced.
By adding the grey, it just takes out that coldness of the blue, doesn't it?
It's funny, it looks really blue over there. And it looks really grey over here. I like it though, I like it for that.
Go, you!
Is this worth all this effort? You thought there was a fireplace behind there, yeah?
Well, first we did, then we didn't. Now we know there is.
I'll take this out then, shall I?
Yes, do that. Easy.
I've broken a fingernail, I can't do it. Anyway, when I came last, lost you guys. You said something about painting the floor.
Well, I did, and then you said something about putting some sort of natural matting over
Was this
it.
when we first met?
So
and
I
I was
thought-
just throwing loads of ideas
Oh.
back. And then you said, no, look, paint would be great. And I was thinking, oh, God, they really want a painted floor. I better give them a painted floor. So,
I'm more concerned about our house because it's got a concrete floor.
don't think about your house. It did have a concrete floor.
That's fine, because I don't want a concrete floor. I really don't want a concrete floor. A painted concrete floor.
Never mind the floor. What about the walls? Things have got so desperate that Andrew has persuaded a couple of mates to build a fireplace for him.
Right, here it is. We're going to, what the idea is, right, is to have a slate here, that's the right size, and then some natural stone pillars up here, and then there's a big beam across there, natural wood.
Right, now let's get this straight. You want to use this as the tabletop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found this.
Because I think Andy's already
piece of-
commandeered it. This is what I meant.
Yeah.
So what is this?
It's a nice piece of teak. We've got another piece here.
Right. I'm not convinced about it because I think it's going to be too orange. But I do think these are great. I think we should do something with these, and maybe as an alternative to that, how about roofing joists?
Linda's got Andy and Kip hard at work making shutters for the windows. Kip's proved a dab hand with the router. He's cutting a small groove in the timber to fit bamboo. The bamboo is cut into short lengths, which Linda and Sue glue into the finished frames. Only 500 more sticks to go.
This is a serious bit of wood.
Try picking it up. It's like an old ship's mast.
It's pretty fantastic, isn't
I
it?
don't know how on earth.
Well, that's the mantelpiece sorted. And Andrew's got a pile of stones at home, just enough for 2 stone pillars, but a bit of a nightmare for Graham.
Now, of course, Anne and Andrew are trapped in my house because if they go into their house, they might see what's going on. So I've got the job of stealing all the rock for the fireplace around. I wouldn't mind, but this is the 15th barrow load.
We're going to get some colour into the room. I want this sofa to be transformed. What I would really like to do with it is to get rid of the back cushions because it's actually quite nice back here. Nice bench sort of thing. Get rid of these.
What, take the arms off?
She's
Take the
going
arms
serious
off.
here, isn't she?
Strip this varnish off and
Serious.
stain it blue.
I think when they're watching telly and they say to you, why did you take the arms off our sofa? What are you going to say?
No, they're not arms.
It was nothing to do with
Don't
me.
worry, though. I know it's nowhere to put your teacups, but we can give them a table, you see.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried.
Good!
Oh, I didn't cut it.
Graham's fireplace is turning into a major project for Laurie and Derek, especially as everyone else seems to have gone for tea. This could cost Andrew a lot of beers.
If we undo all these screws here, and the side is just going to drop away. But here's hoping.
I like work, I could watch it all day.
See if you can fathom out how this has been put together then, Kip. 'Cause-
I've got a chainsaw if that's any help.
well, you know, I was going to do it the nice sensitive way, but just wiggle it. Yeah.
Wunderbar.
You know, that doesn't look too bad now, that turned bits out.
You happy with that?
Well, I could almost live with it.
You don't like those?
I hate those.
Can I have them?
I'm in his wood pile.
I take those home.
It's 3 o'clock and we seem to have turned into a soft furnishings factory. While I upholster the chair, Linda and Sue get to grips with the cushions.
Get it? Oh, Sue, you are rough.
Wasn't straight up there, that's why I couldn't get it right. Oh, that'll have to do.
Now, remember that Anne and Andrew are part of the local lifeboat crew? Well, who would believe it? Right in the middle of it all, there was an alarm, and never mind changing rooms, Anne was off out to sea. But what about poor old Graham? Never happened before, what do we do now? Dunno. So, Graham and Andy were left to their own devices.
Now, this special compound for the floor, this is one of your ideas, isn't it?
Kind of,
You
yeah.
sort of invented this.
Kind
So
of.
you've got to teach me how to do it, because it apparently looks like stone.
This is like a plasticizer kind of thing. It kind of makes the actual cement go off on it, yeah?
Right, OK.
So you do
dump
need
that
to
in.
use that with this.
OK.
You can't,
in these
you can't just
quantities.
use milk, yeah.
In
So 25 kilograms of powder and 5 litres of liquid makes one self-levelling floor compound. Got that?
Lumps there, a bit. Now I see one lump in there.
Thought of joining Ready, Steady, Cook.
Is everything all right? Yeah, it was a little child's dinghy being swept out to sea. They could see it drifting up the channel, but you couldn't tell whether there was anyone in it.
So you think that was all right? There's no problem?
We've got a report that it blew out about 3/4 of an hour ago.
Oh no, and you got dragged all the way out. We're all really impressed though.
I've got my shirt on underneath, but it's soaked.
Well, I don't think that's an excuse. You've still got a room to finish, you know. Chop, 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 chop.
Sorry.
Back at the house, Andy's been making his own waves. Yes, it's that concrete floor that Sue's dreading. For some reason, Graham seems to think that marking out flagstones will make it all right. I'm not so sure.
I have got the best product in the world for painting floor tiles.
I hope you have.
Well, actually, I hope I have. I'm saying that, and I've never used it before, but it does the job. I am highly recommended by the professionals. So once you're clear with that, down with the primer, and then we'll put on the top coat.
Well, it's the end of day one, and Linda's house is cool, calm and collected. And Graham's house has turned into Baywatch. It's fantastic.
So I think we're doing very well. Very proud of you yesterday, working like troopers.
That's right.
And you did a fine job on these shutters. I absolutely love them. Don't you, Sue?
They're lovely.
Gorgeous,
yeah,
gorgeous.
I like these. I could do with these.
Yeah,
Myself.
very nice. If you can get those on the wall, you've got more brownie points.
Good.
And we've got some more sewing to do. And there's a little table to make.
Thank goodness Graham's team are finally painting something, even if it is only that floor. Now, let me just pin down Sue on what she's agreed with her neighbours. Is there anything that the four of you all discussed as definite no-go areas before we all started?
Yes. Anne didn't want any of her pine painted. And I didn't want, I don't know if I've got it, I didn't want my floor going back to the concrete and having a painted concrete floor.
Right. Andy, believe it or not, this lot here is going to be a coffee table.
I knew you were going to say something like that. A coffee table out of this, seriously?
Yes. The slate is going to be the top, and what we're going to do is, or what you were going to do, is route around it and inset it into some of this timber on a base of MDF.
5 hours to go, and Graham's injecting a splash of colour into his room by making some simple dining chair covers.
It does not help doing this in a force 10 gale, does it?
Andy's day is not getting any better.
Yeah, but there's scrappy old timber and there's scrappy old timber.
Well, OK, I admit, that's not very nice. Let's get rid of that.
And that.
Or not.
Da-di-da.
Yeah. And that.
Or not. That's firewood for next winter.
All right.
I quite like that bit.
And that's a bit. That's a bit thick.
Yeah,
so-
that is a bit
There you
thick.
go.
So we've got 2 bits.
So that's the table is 2 bits.
Yeah, well, I mean, the table's only 4 foot long, so we chop these in half for a start, and that's 4 bits.
No.
Well, don't forget the slate's going
That's
in.
5 foot.
The slate.
Yeah, but it's like that's how big your table is.
Yeah, but then the slate takes care of like that, so that can be chopped there. And that bit can move down here.
Oh.
I don't think maths is a strong point, Mo.
Your pardon?
Dab it onto the pole.
4 hours to go, and Graham and I were taking the whole thing a bit more seriously. When who should arrive but... What's she doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'm just sneaking past. You haven't seen me.
Sit down. Are you sneaking? What are you doing?
I'm just going for a little explore in
You're
the
on the
woodshed.
cadge, aren't you?
Yes.
You're going to nick something.
Have you
out of this
been in
garden.
there as well?
I've taken lots of things out of this garden. What do you want?
I want some, there's some turned timber legs or something that Kip's got just squirreled away at the back there. Thought I'd have them.
Did you? Because I've used them.
You haven't.
I have.
The turned wood inside
4
the shed.
turned wooden legs.
Oh, you haven't?
In oak.
Oh, look.
They're the bottom
Smile
of the
slip. The
dining
smile
table,
slip.
Linda.
What? Where have you used them then? Kip said I could have them. Did you ask permission?
I asked permission from the people I am working for.
Oh, you're kidding me. Should I use them all?
There's only 4. What do you expect me to do? Put a 3-legged table?
I think it's stealing. Just sent me.
Were they the ones?
They're in the shed. He said there's just 4 in the shed.
Elizabeth, 6 I've seen you got them down this road.
Oh, she's driving me mad. I've been up there. You cut it, wrong size, send you back down again. Cut another bit back up there, still not the right size. And there's some naff old bit of wood she's got as a table. Oh, she's driving me mad.
Excuse me.
What? Graham! I love you, I love you, I love you. Fantastic.
Hang on. Linda. They don't match.
Oh, no, that's OK. I don't care. Other
Don't?
4.
Eccentric.
Get back in there and get me some more. Go on.
So the floor is finished. It looks pretty good, actually. Yeah. But there's still no paint on the walls, and it's 10 to 12, and I haven't seen any paint.
I heard all that. We're not painting.
We're not painting?
No, didn't I tell you? We're
You're
not
leaving
doing...
them like this?
Carol, would I?
No, you wouldn't. What are you doing with it, then?
Dust sheets. Stretch them onto the walls to look like really expensive cream linen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Right, I am doing that. And then to cover up where the staples are, I've got some binding tape, fabric binding tape, which we will glue on at the very end.
I haven't. The fireplace is still missing that finishing touch. Enter the ship's mast.
You all red.
Make sure the ends are level.
A bit more this
Your
way.
way.
There's, our way. I'm sorry.
Our way.
You're sticking out.
I've got 3 inches.
I love that.
I'm going to halve this, so narrower as a border around the room.
The top.
Just slightly lower down from the cornice, maybe with a little bit of a mirror tile in it.
It's different.
It is, isn't it?
Certainly is. Pond liner and mirror tile border glued to the wall. Whatever will that woman think of next? Here it goes.
Get your end right first.
I thought to take off the austerity of those walls, it would be great to hang some images up.
All right.
But because of our budget, we are the artists. So I think they have to be very, very simple. And I think the trick about this is to have a very important looking frame and a huge white mount and a very small little
Detract
image.
from our rubbish art.
To detract from our art. So I thought just very simple sort of outlines. I mean, you could do whatever, just a leaf outline or something. And I think we should do, we've got 11, no we haven't, we've got 8 frames to do. So if we do about, let's say, I don't know, 20 images or whatever, and pick the best ones and chuck the rest in the bin. As much as
Anne seems to have found hidden artistic talent.
Oh, that's good.
It's the devil.
As for Andrew's,
How's that then?
still very hidden.
Interesting.
Stick to your property, Anne.
Yeah, I think I will.
Well, what about if all the bits of stone drop off while you're sitting there watching telly at night and suddenly it's like, oh, what's this stuff and it's bits of gravel in your hair?
Girls, do you have a problem with my pebble on a roll?
Pebble on a roll?
Yeah, pebble on a roll?
I've heard of Lawrence Llewellyn lead on a roll, but I've never heard of pebble on a roll. Get down here and explain yourself.
I like it. Well, we can always file your nails if you don't.
So while you're sitting watching telly of an evening and this happens, oh, that's okay, is it? It's kind of, that's all right, because Linda Barker designed it and it's fab. Less than 2 hours to go, and Graham's decided to blow the budget completely and cover the entire ceiling in fabric as well. Will you hurry up?
I think it's too loose.
Look at that. See, that's how you're a designer and I'm not.
That's right.
You just kind of get a bit of rope and while you're having a conversation about nothing particular, it's transformed into this kind of like...
Thing.
Look! It's
Bit of
amazing.
rigging.
I don't care what anyone says about you, Linda. I think you're actually all right.
Oh, Carol! Excellent.
Okay. Take the weight off the legs. Don't
Yep.
let the legs touch it. Hey, that's not bad.
It's good, isn't it?
All right.
There's 2 of those.
Oh, you're joking, is it?
That'll look better than the pebbles.
This is solid stone, it came from Versailles.
think Kip will particularly like that one.
Perfect.
Don't leave it on the legs like snap.
Andy built it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right, what? You stand on the front. Stand on the front. Wait.
There, I reckon. I don't think that's going to move, do you?
Right, let's get these covers on because there's no time.
Big palm tree then.
Finished.
Time's up. So will Kip and Sue like their linen-lined dining room with show-stopping fireplace? And will Anne and Andrew feel that life's a beach in their seascape living room? Very in keeping with them, I think.
Yes, yes. I was very strongly led by them, though. You know, they've known each other for such a long time.
And I owe you an apology.
Why?
The gravel on the wall.
Yes, yes, Miss Smiley.
It looks very good, actually.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
I was just watching my head, but it looks very good. Was that expensive? The most expensive?
It was my most expensive, but it was just so different. You know, it's great to do something that you just wouldn't expect. And that is for aquarium tanks.
And what was the cheapest? Best bargain?
Well, that must be my bamboo that I used for all the shutters.
This table's a bit special.
I love it. That piece of slate, just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, I want it.
And you're only £2 over budget.
Over!
Well done.
Oh,
Just
thank
£2,
you.
that's okay.
Good.
Well done.
Excellent, thank you.
Open your eyes and look.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, slate. Excellent.
You recognise some bits and pieces?
Yeah. Oh, that is superb.
It's so us.
Colour is wicked.
The colour's wicked?
Oh, yeah, it's my favourite colour, definitely. And all the beachy stuff, that is just brilliant.
This is just, it couldn't be more us.
No.
I'm not too keen on that skull.
What skull?
The skull hanging up there.
Kip's black.
Oh, you recognise that straight away, he said.
The bamboo windows, those are great. Super.
It's your life, really, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
beach and sand-washed and
Yeah.
natural kind of look. What?
All right, yeah, spot on. Really good.
You really like it?
Really love it.
It is excellent, yeah. Superb. Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. We got there in the end.
Just.
I can't believe you did. That's, again, a Graham win, last minute,
But it
final
was
finish.
a bit, but I mean, you know, we had so much to do in here.
So where did all your money go?
Now, believe it or not, what would you think?
I would think all your money went on the floor, probably.
Well, you are wrong, because all the money went on the dust sheets.
You're joking.
No, I'm not, because these dust sheets ended up costing me about £120. Now, it's very cheap if you work it out per metre. It's something like 80p a metre, but I needed a hell of a lot of dust sheets in here.
OK, but there were lots of bargains as well,
Oh,
weren't there?
yes, lots of bargains. I mean, the best, of course, is our fireplace, which is completely free.
Which is your favourite piece?
Well, I think the star of the show is this table, because, I mean, this really looks like a
fabulous,
proper,
isn't it?
you know, expensive table, and it's just made of roofing joists.
So it didn't cost much.
Hardly a
So-
thing.
How did you work out then that it was £125 on dust sheets and nothing else cost very much, yet you're £580 at Graham
Well,
Win?
I know, but I overspent, didn't I?
You did, and it's becoming a habit, and
I'm
it's not
sorry.
on. OK, Sue, you took your shoes off.
Yeah.
So you know something already.
I do.
I'll put you out your misery. Take a look at the rest of it and open your eyes.
Oh my God! It is brilliant. No, it is.
Tremendous.
It is wonderful. Fireplace. Oh, it's beautiful.
Concrete floor?
I even like the concrete floor, and I didn't think I would.
I recognise those legs too.
What, mine? Oh, the table leg. Excuse me. Yes, you recognise the table leg.
Where have they come from?
I wasn't going to cry.
Too late, you're crying, you're crying. It's okay, it's okay. That's lovely that you like it that much. That's really nice.
It is. It's gorgeous.
You recognise what the walls are?
It's the ground sheets that we've been
the
working
dust
on.
sheets.
The dust sheets.
No, it's not.
It is. Look at this table. It's just a cracking table.
Lovely.
Good old Andy worked his little socks off on that. These are roofing joists on top of the table.
Roofing joists?
Mm-hmm. And it's just, they've just...
I'm taking them off my extension.
No. Put them in lime wax them and wax them down, make them look really...
I can't believe it's the same room.
Tremendous.
Of course, you can always wash the walls if it gets dirty. Just take it down. I'm good. Oh, here they are. What do you think?
Do you like it?
Yeah,
tremendous. Excellent.
Tremendous.
We left out, it was great.
We did.
Nice cow skeleton.
That's it from us. We've had a very exciting 2 days in Gower, so join us again next week on Changing Rooms. Good night. How do you say good night in Welsh?
No star.
No star.
And over on BBC Two shortly, get decorating in